Research shows it takes an average of 66 days to build a real habit. But most people quit before day 4. Not because they're weak, because they're running a system designed to fail from the very first morning. Today I'm showing you exactly what that system is, and how to burn it down. And look, I'm not here to sell you another morning routine or hand you a color-coded habit tracker that you'll use twice, and then feel guilty about every time you open your Notes app. I'm here to show you the actual mechanics of why the collapse happens. Because once you see it, really see it, you cannot unsee it. And that changes everything. The excitement trap. Here's what actually happens on day 1. You watch something, read something, have a moment, and something clicks. You feel it. That clean, electric feeling of this time is different. You write the list. You set the alarm. You go to bed actually excited to wake up at 6 a.m., which, if you know you, is insane. Day 1 goes well. You feel like a different person. Day 2 you're still writing it. Day 3 you're starting to negotiate with yourself a little. I'll skip the cold shower but keep everything else. And by day 4 you're back in bed with your phone, watching a video about discipline. That's not a willpower problem. That's a motivation architecture problem. And nobody talks about it. Here's what's happening under the hood. On day 1, you're not running on discipline. You're running on dopamine. The novelty of the new identity, the vision of who you're about to become, that's a chemical high. Feels like drive. It isn't. Drive is what's left when the feeling is gone and you still show up. And the feeling? It always goes. The system you built was engineered for the version of you who felt amazing. It had no contingency plan for the version of you who's tired, annoyed, and running 20 minutes late on a Tuesday. The overbuilding problem. Now here's where it gets worse. Because when most people decide to get their life together, they don't start small. They build a fortress on day 1. 5 a.m. wake up. Gym. Journaling. No sugar. Cold shower. Read 30 pages. Meditate. Track macros. Call mom back. That's not a routine. That's a part-time job you didn't interview for. And the moment one brick falls, you skip the gym, you sleep through the alarm, you eat the cookie, the whole structure feels compromised. So instead of adjusting, you scrap it entirely and go back to 0. This is called the all-or-nothing collapse, and it's probably taken years off your discipline streak without you even naming it. The fix isn't motivation. It's architecture. Your system needs to be so minimal that your worst self, your 11 p.m., tired, slightly irritable, hadn't eaten properly self, can still complete it. If your worst self can't maintain it, it's not a system. It's a fantasy. What identity has to do with it? Here's the part people skip over entirely, and it's the most important thing I'm going to say. When you start a new routine, most people are focused on the outcome. Lose 10 pounds. Wake up earlier. Read more. And that's the wrong unit of measurement, not because goals are bad, but because outcomes are too far away to drive daily behavior. What actually changes behavior is identity. Not I want to be fit, but I'm someone who moves their body every day. Not I'm trying to wake up earlier, but I'm a morning person now. Small difference in wording. Enormous difference in what happens on day 4 when the alarm goes off. Because when your actions are tied to an outcome, every skip day is a failure. When your actions are tied to an identity, every skip day is an anomaly, something the real you corrects tomorrow. James Clear calls these identity-based habits. I call them the reason some people seem to have an unfair amount of discipline. They're not grinding through willpower every morning. They've just decided who they are, and the actions follow automatically. You can do this, but you have to actually decide, not try, not attempt, not see how it goes. Decide. The friction audit. Okay, tactical section. This is where it gets simple. Most habit failure isn't about mindset. It's about friction. The gap between the person you want to be and the environment built for the person you currently are. You want to work out in the morning, but your gym clothes are in the dryer. Your pre-workout is in the cabinet, your bag isn't packed, and you have to make 3 decisions before you've fully woken up. That friction kills the habit. Not weakness. Friction. So here's what you do instead. Tonight, not Monday, not the first of the month, tonight you remove 3 pieces of friction from the habit you keep failing at. Lay the clothes out. Put the book on the pillow. Delete one app that's been hijacking your mornings. Move the thing you want to do toward you, and move the thing you want to stop doing one step further away. That's it. That's the whole intervention. Your environment is either working for your goals or against them. Right now, for most of you, it's against them, and you built it that way accidentally. The good news is you can rebuild it on purpose. The one thing rule. Last piece. And this is the hardest one to accept because it feels too simple. Pick one thing. One habit. One behavior. Not 5, not a system, not a stack, one. Do it every day for 30 days. Miss once? Resume the next day without drama.
No restart, no punimento, no spiral.
Just the next day. At the end of 30 days, you won't just have the habit. You'll have something more valuable, proof. Proof that you can build something. Proof that the version of you who quits on day 4 isn't fixed, isn't permanent, isn't the real you. And that proof compounds. One habit becomes 2. 2 becomes a morning. A morning becomes a day. A day becomes a person that your past self wouldn't fully recognize. Not because you overhauled everything at once, but because you quietly, boringly, consistently showed up when you didn't feel like it. That's the whole thing. No app required. If this hit different than the usual content you've been consuming, share it with one person who needs to hear it. And if you've been the person who quits on day 4, drop a comment. Not to be called out, just to be seen. See you next week.